Hello and welcome back to OBR's third market forecast for the week of December 13th. In this video, we're going to highlight the main fundamental drivers and earning reports for this upcoming week, as well as any of our best technical setups that we are currently eyeing up and looking to act upon in this upcoming week as well. So without any further delay, let us get right into the video. So for this week, we're going to be looking at our fundamental news. Starting on Tuesday, we have PPI numbers at 8:30 a.m., Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. core retail sales, 2 p.m. FOMC statement, and federal funds rate, and 2:30 p.m. FOMC press conference. So for news this week, we're really only looking at Tuesday and Wednesday, pretty much early morning to afternoon. For earnings in our large cap companies, here's a list you'll see with the date on the left. To start off our technical analysis this week, we're going to be looking at Ethereum. Ethereum, as we've said before on other videos, looks really good right now. We've respected this resistance turn support level and are using it now to bounce higher. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on Ethereum, but here is the current wave count we're looking at, and we are very bullish on Ethereum in the short term to mid term. SPY is at a very interesting level as our wave count is working out very well. That being said, we are now at resistance. Resistance right now I'm using for this orange box, and I want to see what we do here on Monday. That being said, we still do have a profit zone from the 483 level to 485, which would complete our 5-wave move higher. So this would be our likely count. We just need to see how we react to this resistance and make sure we don't have a bit of a correction before we break it. Looking at Netflix, as you can see here, our wave count is working out phenomenally. We are trending lower in Netflix, and we may have a bit of a correction this week, but my bias is still going to remain short on Netflix. So, looking at Apple, there's a lot of reasons why I think Apple's going to come lower. To begin, we are obviously overextended, and we are now at multiple fib levels, a higher time frame fib cluster, and this was our long-term price target that we reached on Friday. So we're keeping a close eye on puts in the upcoming week for Apple, but remember, we need a confirmation before any trade is activated. So please wait for a bearish engulfing candle or an entry that you use that signals our trade confirmation. Looking at Nano, this is the farthest we can really go and still maintain our wave count of a zigzag for wave 2. So we right now think we are in wave 2 of Nano and are expecting a very impulsive move to the upside. If we break this low here at $3.11, then we will have to reanalyze our wave count and make sure we are not going even lower. That being said, I am bullish on Nano until that happens. And as you can see, we have a lower time frame wedge that we are currently drawing to see how we play out in, but hopefully we break out to the upside, and that is what our bias will remain until we are invalidated. So last week we called out USD CAD short, and this worked out very well, going a total of 273%, or 2.73R, before we got a bit of a correction. That being said, I do still think this is just the beginning of a downtrend, and we are going to sustain that in the short term. Looking at Tilray, we are now at the 127.2 extension and the low of multiple supports. We have a long-term support here and two support lines that are actually meeting right here. We also had a breakout of our resistance and head a little bit higher before we inevitably pulled back. So this is my last support on Tilray. If we bounce from here, it's going to be a great trade confirmation. If we break, no trade, move on to the next. But this is a trade setup that we are currently eyeing up, waiting for confirmation with. PayPal is something we are eyeing up on a higher time frame. But this does seem like a great entry due to the fact that we got a very nice pullback on PayPal, and as you can see, we maintained a bullish uptrend for quite a bit of time. This on our higher time frame is our wave 4. So just to give you a quick representation of what wave 4 would be right here. And we are always waiting for wave 5 after wave 4. So we are again waiting for confirmation, waiting for more confluences as to enter PayPal. But our bias is bullish in the medium to long term. So we're keeping a very close eye on this as well. waiting for that entry, and you know, as always, when we get that entry, it will be called out in OBR Discord. Looking at DKNG, DraftKings, very, very similar to PayPal. We are now experiencing a higher time frame correction, looking to end very, very shortly. We got a nice bounce off of this support we formed prior, and I'm hoping that we get to sustain that and do not make a new low. So, again, waiting for confirmation. Probably the fourth or fifth time I've said that this video, but it's very, very important that we need to wait for confirmation. I do not want you guys rushing into anything. There's nothing to get into right now. Just trades that are setting up, but the setups are not active yet. Setups have to be confirmed. So once we get a confirmation, whether that's multiple engulfing candles and a clear trend reversal or a breakout of resistance, for example, that is when we will take our trade. Looking at VChain, a very, very interesting chart I identified on VChain. We are waiting for our next impulse wave, but I see a case for us bouncing around and consolidating in the midterm. In the short term, I do expect us to bounce higher off of this low in the support zone of this triangle that we are now forming. We reached our 38.2 reversal, which is the high of this reversal zone box that I have drawn. So there's a lot of confluences which point us to a bounce. But if this triangle plays out fully, we will have a bounce off the top of this resistance and one more touch down before we break to the upside. This was called out today in our morning live stream on Saturday, and in that live stream, one of the people actually asked me what my thoughts were on Delta Airlines. And Delta looks really, really good right now. I have this is a textbook LA wave trade. We have a 5-wave move higher, followed by a 3-wave corrective move, and on a lower time frame, we are now waiting for our first wave to confirm and send us higher. So what we're looking for in a lower time frame is a breakout of this resistance to trigger the entry for this trade. But this trade looks really, really good. We are now going to start wave 3 of wave 1 in our higher time frame trend, which we will eventually continue to the upside, making back our levels pre-COVID. Ford is another very, very good trade that we actually identified on Friday. The real entry was on Friday at the candle close at 9:30 when we got that. That being said, this is still a very good entry because we got a daily candle confirmation close. This is a pattern we refer to as a high base. A high base is a continuation pattern that looks just like this. It's a rectangle at a high that we break the resistance on. So this pattern was just confirmed. And due to the fact that Ford is rolling out its new electronic truck in early 2022, I am bullish on Ford for technical and fundamental reasons. For IAA, we got the 0.50 retracement in a downward trending channel with a touch off of the support and a head and shoulders confirmation on a lower time frame. I'm very bullish on IAA. I think this trade will do very, very well. For AMD, we are expecting a correction, which we actually just got to the 38.2 and the 61.8, the same zone we're always looking for, before a continuation to our second take profit level. Our second take profit level being at 169.72. This is what we're now waiting for and expecting on AMD. TSM, we've been playing this trend line like a fiddle. We've played it twice right now, off this low, higher, and off this low, higher. So if we get a confirmation, a bullish engulfing candle off of this trend line, we can definitely play this long again, potentially to this upper resistance zone. So those were all of our charts for the week of December 13th. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video and can pull some valuable insights out of it in regards to the fundamental drivers to be aware of in this upcoming week, or the best technical setups that you can act on as well as us. So, as always, on behalf of everyone at OBR and myself, happy trading, and we will see you in the next one.